Okay, so for this money route that I do, what I do is I start at the Crossroad outpost, and then I head west to the Harkonnen base, loot that. Then you fly south, hit the other Harkonnen base, fly even more south, the ship, then the cave, and then another ship at the very edge. After hitting that, I touch the southern border. What I'll do is I exit out the south into the world map, and then I fly around to the north, and I'll come out about right there where the entry point is, and then you'll come up to that Atreides base, then head west to another Atreides, and then the ship, and then from there you'll go to this monument rock, get the chest there, and then to the cave. And then what I do is I'll head back to Outpost for selling. That's the route I take. So what you'll see coming up next is the actual route uncut, but just sped up at 500 times speed to show you that you can do this back to back to back and not have to wait. To Harkonnen, and I land on this side right here with that drop down. I'll run up, get the side chest, the key on the desk, and then the chest, and run back out. The next base is exactly the same layout, so you're just gonna fly on over, drop down, get that chest, side chest, key, schematic, back out. Make sure you equip your radiation suit that you'll need for these next two areas. Land at that hole in the ceiling and then run into there, get the key, run around, get all the side ones, get back up, and then your ship, fly directly south into the cave, keep left, keep keeping left, and then it's right behind that rock. Didn't get it, someone else must have gotten there before me. Just keep running out, and back out. Heading southwest to the ship. Make sure you re-equip armor, because there will be guys here that you will have to fight. Get to see how amazing I am at this game. As in amazing, as in dying. There's only 3, so once you get that, be careful of the mines inside. Make sure you bring a cutter as well. Loot. I have a ton of stuff from a previous run, so I'll have to drop the useless stuff. Back out. Head south. Into the wall. When you get into the overview, what we're going to do is we're going to head all the way south to Harko Village. What I do here is most of the blueprints you'll get from doing this run every time. I'll come in and I'll run all the way to the bank or the market, and what I tend to do is all the blueprints I find, since you'll also get multiple of each, you can keep however many as you want, but then I usually sell them for anywhere between 5,000 to 8,000 each, just to make sure they get out quickly so you get money back faster. There are some more rare blueprints, and if you might see them or know of them, and so you might want to sell them higher, or if you actually see what the average market price is for ones you're selling, go ahead and sell like a few thousand underneath that, just so they can, you make more, but also get it out faster. So what we'll do is we'll fly back up to Arkham Basin, or if you can do this if you're in Arakan. You enter the northernmost segment of those purple little indicators, and it'll pop you out just south of the Araki's base that we're going to go with. In case there's any enemies, I can engage them from the top. Doesn't look like any of them spawned. Now, your first iteration, you may have to fight. It may take longer because you may have to fight them, clear them out, and then hopefully it gets like this to where they don't respawn, but you can just keep redoing the map. So the key is on the second level in that back locker room, and then the gate for the trading base is on the floor level. Now with this one, you saw that I landed on the side. That is to prevent having to travel through more areas with the enemies. You just enter from the side, flip down that stairwell, go back in, down, get the key, back up into the fight the two guys, and then get out. Down here you want to land on the top, and you just glide in, down. Someone else got that, so there's another one down that won't. Climbing. Head west again. This one's in a cave, so it's going to be at the very bottom of this giant stone structure. Run in. There's some enemies, or you could just run past them. Those are also gone. Fly up and fly south towards the outpost. Those will land. Making sure my stuff doesn't get hit by the sandstorm if it hits us. Well, as you see, I'm keeping what I want just for scrap, and then I'm going to sell everything. Even all the little components that I found I'm selling just to earn money. You can keep them if you want to craft some of the purple blueprints that you keep if you want. This is just to show, you know, how much money we can make if we sell everything. You saw we made a little over 40,000 selling everything, and that's with missing 3 chests because someone else got to them for me. Here I go, starting my second wave just to show you that it can respawn by the time you finish this. Get back on, go, and then you can just keep doing this loop over and over and over, and you'll make more as long as, you know, nobody cuts you and steals the PvP chest that you're looting. I came back like after the next lap, which is just like 20 minutes, and you see that stuff has already sold. So I made another 30,000 there. To get the most Solari out of the loot that you find in this route, you want to sell the armor and weapons at the Pinnacle outpost, which is the most northern outpost in Haga Basin. And you want to sell the vehicle parts, shields, batteries, stuff like that at the Crossroad outpost in the northwestmost outpost. How I repair the parts is that I put down a Mark III buggy chassis with a back that has the turret mounting, also a Mark III. And then next to it, I have a Mark I bike chassis with also a Mark I bike hull on it, allowing for most parts that you find during this route to be easily attached and repaired using the vehicle tool and just the wire you can craft in the fabricator, which is cheap. And then basically you detach them, and then you can bring them back and sell them for almost twice the amount that you would have initially sold them for when you found them. With this route, as you can see, a total every roughly 20 to 25 minutes you could be making somewhere between 40 to 55,000 depending on, you know, what spawns in the chest and you loot out of them. If you get all the chests, or if you miss a few, or if you don't miss a few, if they've already been looted before you get there. And so with that base stuff, you know, you can make that amount. And then depending on when you go to the market to drop it off and you sell certain ones, like I showed you, after one additional run when I came back, a few of them sold, you know, and I only sell them for between 5,000 and 8,000, making sure they money return is faster. And I made 30,000 there, so that's almost every 20 minutes, 80,000 Solari, depending on market. Now, with all that being good to sell them, and all the parts that I sold here, which is more actually than what I stockpiled after a few runs, you can still make a bunch. I made 41,000 there. And that is the route I take to make plenty of Solaris. I did this route several times in one day, in just a few hours, like 3 to 400,000 Solari. But if you enjoyed this video and you found it informative, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.